Hello guys and gals, lords and ladies, saints and sinners of every kind. I hope you're having an amazing day, and today I want to talk about something that irritates me. Rant incoming, rant incoming. I'm going to talk about relativism. If you don't know what relativism is, you know exactly what's going to happen. Relativism, for those who don't know what it is, relativism is the idea that, well, there is no truth. So what I say is true for me may not necessarily be true for you. So for example, if I say the sky is blue, and you say no it's not, it's brown, we're both right. Neither of us are wrong, because the blue sky is my objective truth, and the brown sky is your objective truth. Tell me that doesn't sound stupid. Please, I beg you, I dare you, tell me that that doesn't sound stupid. Because it is. It's absolutely ridiculous. No one believes that that's a legitimate thing. However, that isn't the type of relativism that we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about what's known as moral relativism. Moral relativism is this idea that nothing is true when it's applied to faith and morals. So there is no absolute truth. What's right for me might not necessarily be right for you. There is nothing that I can possibly say that I believe to be true that is also true for everyone else. Not heard that? Maybe have you heard, I personally think abortion is bad, but, well, I don't want to, impose my views on other people. I don't want to legislate this ideology. Have you ever heard that? Yeah, you've heard that, because that's what moral relativism is. It's this idea that you can say whatever the heck you want, believe whatever you want, but it's your belief. Let other people have their beliefs. Let them have their beliefs. They can have their beliefs. You can stick to your beliefs. Can you guys see where this is going as a problem? What relativism leads to is this idea that I can make up and do whatever I want. I can follow my own moral conduct. And that, as you should probably guess, can end very badly. Pope Benedict XVI said that relativism brings about the occurrence that the only criteria for morals is the self and its feelings. How you feel dictates what you do. Can you all see why this is a problem? Okay, so scenario. I am a teenager. Wow, shocking. I'm a teenager. And I say, I feel like doing drugs. I feel like drinking beer. I'm not 21, but I feel that I'm ready. Legally, I am not allowed to do this. But I feel like I'm ready. So I'm following my personal moral conduct. And the laws of the land are not necessarily the ones that I have to follow. I don't have to follow the laws of the land because you cannot legislate my ideology. Same thing with abortion. I personally think that abortion's bad, but I can't tell other people how to feel or how to believe. Of course, I saw this post on Facebook. Just replace that with the word slavery, and it really does show how stupid abortion is. Oh, I personally believe that slavery is bad, but, I don't think anyone should impose their views on slavery. I think that if people want to have slaves, then they're totally allowed to have slaves. There's not a problem with that. No one believes that. We had a civil war in America over it. No one's going to believe that you should own slaves. Everybody believes, well, a slave is a human is a person. An African American is a person. A Chinese is a person. A white person is a person. Everyone's a person. Same thing with abortion. Everything is a person. But if you say, well, I don't feel like having a child at a young age. I don't feel like I'm ready to have a child. I don't feel like I should take on the role as the mother of this child or the father of this child, raising them, giving them the proper education, monetarily, I don't have the money for it. Why does this make sense? Everything is becoming based on feeling. The idea that you can do whatever you want because this is how you feel like you should be allowed to do it. This is stupid. This is what causes so many problems in society is relativism. Pope Benedict XVI called relativism the biggest moral issue of our time because everything comes to relativism. Everything! The smallest thing! And this is a bit of an extreme, but there are people, I could not make this up, there is this woman who sincerely believes completely that she is a cat. That she was born into the wrong species. She's not a human, she's a cat. Relativism dictates that we can't tell her she's not a cat, even though she clearly isn't a darned cat. She's a human being. This is an actual medical problem, is thinking that you are the wrong species. It's the same thing with all different kinds of issues in society. All of them. I don't think I need to name them by name for you to think of them. Is the idea, this is how I feel. I feel like I should be allowed to love this person. I feel like I should be allowed to marry this person. I feel like I should be allowed to dress this way because I don't feel this way. I feel like I'm this. How does that make any physical sense? It doesn't. That's why relativism is stupid. A lot of people say that we should have relativism because, well, it makes people more tolerant. Because if I don't believe something, well, then I'm not going to say, well, you're wrong in something. I'm just going to say that I believe it, and you can believe what you believe, and I believe what I believe, and it's all good. But that doesn't sow actual tolerance. There was a guy who said, there is no such thing as truth. You know who that was? His name's Hitler. Kind of a bad dude. Kind of an intolerant jerk. Hitler subscribed to this idea of relativism, and because of this, tons of Jews were killed. Why? Because he felt that they were not persons. He felt that they were not worthy to live. This is what his relativism comes to. And you can say, well, that's a bit of an extreme end, but in some places, yeah, you know, in some instances, this is going to be more of a tolerant thing than just looking at people. I mean, you really shouldn't judge people. And judging people is next week's topic, so get ready for that, because we're going to talk all about how, you know, Catholics don't judge people. But I digress. Back to me ranting about this. Judging, being intolerant, I don't care. Because it doesn't hold up. Hitler, relativist, intolerant. Mother Teresa of Calcutta. I think she was a pretty tolerant lady. I think she did a lot of nice things for people. Can you agree with me? Good. But was she intolerant? You could say possibly that she was intolerant because she was doing so many things in God's name. And I'm going to say she wasn't intolerant. She was actually very tolerant because she went into a country that hated people like her, hated Catholics, hated nuns, and she still did things to help out other people. If that's intolerant, I don't know what toleration is. Because going into the poorest of the poor, the slums in India, and going to help people who don't even like you? I don't understand how that can ever be considered intolerant. That's next week's topic, though. I'm not going to get into that. Relativism has a lot of other flaws, the primary one being that the entire basis of relativism, well, that absolute truth, there is no such thing, that is an absolute statement. Another type of relativism is if you say, well, science, you know, I don't believe anything unless science can verify it. Verify that statement for me, please. Makes no sense. It's stupid. Relativism's stupid. See, and the only way to actually combat relativism is if we all actually understand what relativism is and why it's stupid. See, relativism takes these great motifs, M-O-T-I-Fs, however you pronounce that. It takes these ideas and it breaks them down into the stupidest thing. So, for example, let's say belief, like the saying, believe. I know it sounds like a cat poster, but it's true. But it takes these ideas like belief, and it's just believe. Why should we believe? Just, why? Well, just cause. You should just believe. That's turning it into a fairy tale magical world. So if we have people who believe that they're cats, and fairy tale magical worlds, is humanity turning it into a really bad anime? Just out of idle curiosity. Because this is what it's turning into. There is no such thing as truth. Then we can get to all these problems of, well, if there's no truth, I can live the way I want. And you see what happens when people live the way they want? They start imposing their beliefs on others. Okay, that can be, most of the time, that's a very good thing. Because most people's beliefs that they want to impose are generally very good people. We have Catholics, we are trying to help out society. We're trying to make the world a better place because Christ preached, hey, you know the widow and the orphan? Yeah, help them. You know your neighbor? Love him as you love yourself. It's not hard. And then there are people who run themselves and airplanes into buildings because they believe that, well, this people should be exterminated. Going back to Hitler, he said there was no such thing as truth. He was imposing his views on others. That's not the kind of thing he's doing. But when you're imposing your view of that there is no truth, imposing your truth of no truth, which makes no logical sense, that's not what Catholics and Christians are trying to do. What we're trying to do is make the world a better place by loving people, by helping them become better, and by giving them just a better quality of life. Catholic Church, we started missionary work. We started orphanages. We started hospitals. We started the school system in the United States. It's ridiculous. Relativism is stupid. The only way we can stop it is by understanding it. And the only way we can stop it is by showing love to everyone. But understanding at the same time that there are some things that are stupid. If we intolerate each other, then we're going to have a problem. The Catholic speaker, Chris Stefanik, he says that when we're tolerating people like this, we're loving them and we're setting them free. But it's like we're putting them on the train tracks and saying, you know, you don't have to follow those train tracks. You can just derail yourself, be free. And we're literally derailing them and causing them to fall. And in some cases, explode, because trains are full of gasoline and stuff, and they blow up. Just, that's what it does. Relativism is the greatest moral issue of our time. And it needs to be stopped now. So thank you guys watching me rant about relativism. It's absolutely stupid. Hopefully you understand why it's stupid now. If you agree with anything, or think I missed a topic about relativism or a point, write it down in the comments below. Let me know. Subscribe to this channel. Let other people know. I don't know why I'm saying this, because my voice is now hoarse from yelling at this camera for 12, 15 minutes. I don't know. I can't see what time it is. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. And remember, the only way to combat relativism, I didn't actually say it, did I? Oh yeah, rise up in life.